Okay, back to the game. So we are here. GPL quarterfinals, game number 3. SAJ takes the lead 2-0. Will they be able to close out game number 3? What do you think?
I hope so. I want to go home. I mean, yeah, I think it's good that SAJ is coming strong in this match because I myself thought that HK would be favorites coming to this, but SAJ is coming out 2-0, coming off really strong. But I must say that Optimus for both games were really intense. Were playing very well, and especially that clutch flash from the Malphite out at the last part. And after the Baron and got the game from there, I think Optimus is playing the game of his life at the moment.
Yeah, he is playing the game of his life. Getting that seed into the semi-finals is going to be very important coming in because with the new changes of the GPL this season, we will be playing with circuit points instead of just regular, qualifying into Worlds kind of thing. So what we have here is that the winter, spring, and fall, or is it summer? Yeah, summer season. So you rack up circuit points to get into the World Championship Series, and the winner of the summer season itself will get automatic placement for the World Championship. So each game is going to matter, and the placings for each season will be ever so important as well. So the winner of this match, if SAJ actually takes this one, they will face TPA in the semi-final. So that's going to be a very interesting match. But I'm not going to count out Hong Kong attitude just yet because they can and they will, I feel, take this third game. So it's going to be very interesting, and definitely Optimus has been super on form coming into the game itself. And the Ziggs pickup as well as the Orianna pickup coming in. So who are they going to ban out next? They didn't really ban out Ziggs or Orianna in the first game. They saw how well Optimus played Ziggs in the second game. Will they try to steal that pick away from himself?
My main concern about this game from Hong Kong attitude is that I'm puzzled by their picks because coming from the group stages, in the group stages itself, their picks were pretty strong and standard like Orianna, Ziggs, and all the likes like Gragas as well. But right now, after putting off Ezreal mid and Malphite mid, I'm not too sure that HK knows what they're doing because they're not playing those champions that they're actually comfortable with. Although, with that being said, the Malphite went 6-0, but still, if they had played their more conventional AP mids, which they're more used to, perhaps the game might be a lot different.
Yeah, perhaps it will be indeed. So, speaking of which, we saw Malphite go 6-0, but I was actually pinpointing on one major fact. He got 6-0 just because he got individual kills using Unstoppable Force and Seismic Shard combo. Never once did he get a good Unstoppable Force in a team fight. I think that's credit to SAJ in itself. So they do not ban out either. They did not ban out any of Optimus's main picks, so he does default back to that Orianna pick, but they do take away the Annie though, so it does leave the Taric Lucian lane open for HKA. So they are not going to contest for any mid lane picks just at this moment. Do you think they'll go in with that Taric Lucian? It didn't really work out for them, although Engard did play an extremely strong Lucian.
He might still go for the Lucian though, but for me, both games, it really wasn't about the bottom lane, it was really about the mid lane and the jungle as well as the movement. So it all depends on whether HK is able to bring out their A game like in the group stages where they actually had really good laning and their movement was pretty good as well.
Yeah,
so, yeah, Lucian again, no surprises.
That's right, and the Shyvana pickup as well. I feel that Mythic Q has been doing a pretty good job on Shyvana, but like you said, the rotations coming into the game, I feel that SAJ has always been one step ahead of Hong Kong attitude at this point of time.
It's also because of the picks itself, you see. If you're playing like an Orianna, like a conventional AP mid, for example, it'll be a very different story, like Orianna, Gragas. But yeah, so for me, for HK to win this and prolong the series, they really need to pick an AP mid that is more suited for their playstyle, like those in the group stages.
Okay, and speaking of which, Malphite mid is something that SGS has pulled out 1 or 2 times within the GPL itself. What does Malphite in the mid lane kind of bring to the team? And HK didn't really show that in that game, I feel.
Because as you can see that Malphite right now is very good against current FOTM, so on lane you will very easily get all the solo kills. And early to mid you have got a huge advantage because he can't kill you, but you can kill him anytime our ulti is up. But the main thing is that when it comes to team fights, like even in our game against Taipei Snipers, even though we were snowballing at the start with our Malphite going like 4 or 5-0 as well, if you were to miss an out, or the opponent were to flash away like what Optimus did, you should able lose the team fight because your mid laner does 0 damage and he dies almost instantly.
Interesting. So it's all going to center around that Malphite Unstoppable Force. So no Malphite this game just yet. SAJ Safety does decide to pick up his Kha'Zix pick once again, something that we saw used to pretty good effect. He didn't really snowball as much as Dinter did, despite getting that first blood in the early game, but he did come in with a lot of armor penetration, goes in with the Evolve Taste Their Fear. and just kind of melts the squishies quite heavily in the face. And the Taric pickup, once again, Junie played a very good Taric, I would say, in the first game. So the Lulu as well as the Shyvana pickup. So we do have Mythic Q on the Shyvana itself, and 5 will be very comfortable on the Java. We did see some very strong Cataclysm plays coming in from 5. So we have yet to see what Pasa decides to pick up in the mid lane. Ziggs is still open, and let's see what SAJ decides to pick. The Sivir pick is going to be very interesting. I personally love Sivir as an AD carry. It's one of my very first AD carries, and they do lock it in, so it's going to be our very first Sivir of the GPL, if I'm not wrong as well. And what's going to be the final pick in the top lane, I feel, at this point of time? So they do see Shyvana, Renekton is banned out, Rengar is banned out as well, so it's either the Jax or Shen pick.
Yep, so most likely it will be the Jax again, seeing how successful they were the previous game, unless QTV wants to play something out of the norm, like what he's actually known for. Okay,
no.
So this game, both sides actually going for their both comfortable picks. What picks they are known for SAJ is Orianna, Kha'Zix, Taric, Sivir, and Jax. Whereas for HK, it's the Jarvan in the jungle, of which even SGS, we ourselves are actually very scared of fighting Jarvan in the jungle.
And if he does lock in that Ziggs,
yep,
Pasa is going to be extremely comfortable on that little Yordle. So
yep,
yes, all comfort picks coming in for both sides. I'm wondering if Sivir is a comfort pick for Archie though.
Actually, aside from Asher and Caitlyn, haven't seen him playing others. So, but when it comes to Archie, right, he's a very stable AD carry ever since yawns ago. So I'm not surprised if you're able to pull off a good Sivir. But then again, as you can see from HK, they are really playing picks that they are actually been playing through the group stages. Lulu is actually very good in the current meta, and Shyvana as usual, Ziggs, Lucian, and Jarvan. So if they do win this, the first question on my mind will be, why didn't they just draft these right from the start?
Yeah, why didn't they indeed?
But
maybe
the game is not over, so.
Yeah. So with that, I also like to point out that perhaps has been playing a few Lulu games in the GPL group stages as well, and he was extremely comfortable with it, and it does synergize with the Shyvana Dragon's Descent as well as the Jarvan initiation combo from the Flag Spear as well as the Cataclysm. So coming in with the Wild Grove was able to provide another layer of knock-up on the side, and we saw how dangerous Ziggs as well as an AD carry was. It was Ziggs and Jinx in the previous game on the side of SAJ, able to deal a lot of damage, but a Ziggs and Lucian is going to even output even more burst damage coming into the team fights.
The main thing about playing the FOTM mid laners is that you get lane control and you get wave clear as well. Both essential factors to ensure that the game does not snowball out of control. Because if SAJ were to do what they did in terms of movement again, at least right now they have Ziggs to wave clear and prevent the push from coming in. And that will enable the other lanes to do what they need to do for like farm up if they are behind or come to assist ASAP. So hopefully this will be a better game from Pasa.
Yeah, hopefully we will see a better game from Pasa indeed. So let's take a look at that team matchups coming into this game. We do have SAJ QTV on Jaximus. Safety will be playing Kha'Zix. Optimus is on Orianna in the mid lane. Archie will be playing Sivir as the marksman role, and Junie will have that Armor of the 5th Age Taric as support. And on the side of Hong Kong Attitude is going to be Shyvana in the top lane, Jarvan in the jungle, Ziggs in the mid lane, Lucian in the marksman role, and finally perhaps we'll play that Lulu. So let's see if any level 1 shenanigans will be popping up once again. No surprise, the Relic Shield being picked up by Junie on Taric, and once again SAJ has been going with the same game plan all 3 games. Go in for an early invade, either pick up buff control or maybe even a deep ward coming in. So Junie as Taric is able to go in, pull off any sort of stunts in itself, and no sort of invade or deep wards just yet. We will have Mythic Q kind of getting spotted out there. He will start to back off, and QTV actually fancies his chances going in. It has actually leveled up the Counter-Strike already and will force Mythic Q out of his own brush in itself. So we do have another late invade coming in from HKA. So here it is that deep ward coming in. They will ward up the red buff for this game in itself, as AJ decides not to put any sort of level 1 deep lane shenanigans at this point of time, and Safety will just be happy to start off at his own blue buff. Either that or no, he may go with QTV for the red buff control. So Okay, no.
Yep, so that's the thing that we fear when we try to do an early invade in the current patch, because in the current patch with wards being, there are less wards due to relic shield being picked up on the support. If you will invade on the other side, you will lose vision back on your home jungle. So this is what is happening, and if SAJ does not know what's going on, he might end up losing 3 buffs.
Yeah, he may end up losing 3 buffs indeed. But we do have here safety starting on his blue, so let's just see where the rotations come in. No lane swaps are in effect just yet. QTV will be dealing Mythic in the top lane. The boomerang blade is gonna hit, and Fi coming in on the side. That would definitely be a telltale sign, but the first blood will definitely go on. Perhaps picks this one up, and in response, safety, upon seeing that Fi has the red buff on the bottom half of the jungle, will start to counter jungle Fi's red buff, but that came at a cost because Archie was taken down for first blood extremely low, and the end god as well as perhaps lane or Lucian as well as Lulu will be able to just kind of shove their lane in and cause Archie to lose as much CS as possible.
It felt like a misplay coming in from SAJ Archie, because I think he could have flashed away from Jarvan's EQ, but wanting to save it resulted in him burning both summoners and still dying in the end.
Yeah, that's right, he did burn both flash and barrier. Junie will use that dazzle to kind of stun up end god, and Archie will just throw out that boomerang blade in his face. So with that level advantage coming into the bottom lane, it seems that Endgod as well as perhaps will start to go in. But the engage coming in on Mythicu, the Ignite will get popped down. He does have a flash because Mythicu usually takes that ghost in the lane itself, but that flash will not save him. QTV will get a kill, but the tower will still take Jax down.
It's still a worth it trade though, because there were a huge minion coming in for Shyvana, so denying that those 3 waves of experience is gonna hurt Shyvana really hard.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna hurt Shyvana indeed, and with that we do have both the top laners go back and pick up the same exact items, both the Doran's items coming in for Jax as well as Shyvana in itself. Fi will now go there, try to soak up some experience from the lost minion wave coming into the turret in itself, and it just seems that Endgod as well as perhaps will be extremely happy to stay in the lane. The burst damage coming out from both Lulu as well as Lucian on top of the piercing lights and the glitter land slow coming in is going to be extremely dangerous. Look at that, Archie and Junie unable to just push it out, and Endgod just happily spamming his piercing light Ardent Blaze couples.
Yep, already has a CS twice of that of Civil, so they really need to get their ganks down soon. If not, bottom might snowball pretty hard against SAJ.
That's right, so the bottom lane starting snowball, and Optimus here getting caught out. The satchel charge will knock him back, and Fi picks up an easy kill onto Optimus. Safety eats that auto attack as well as the bouncing bomb to the face. So this is like a completely different Hong Kong attitude coming into Game 3, and they start off with a 3-1 kill lead as well as a 1,000 gold advantage in their favor.
Yep, this is them playing their comfort zone, where right now Fi is able to create a lot more impact because his mid laner actually has kill potential. Previously, mid playing with Malphite and Astral, there was no way going middle was going to have any form of impact. So right now it's very different game dynamics, and Fi is pretty much enjoying life. Yeah, that's right, Fi is enjoying his ganking potential coming in because of all the kill potential in the bot lane as well as the mid lane. Now QTV in a little bit of trouble. Fi showing why he's called the aggressive jungler of Hong Kong Addict. He gets the knock-up combo onto QTV. QTV still has his flash look, pulls off the counter strike, doesn't need to burn the flash for that one, and both Mythicu as well as Fi will decide to back off for this one. Mythicu will be happy to kind of freeze the lane, farm it up a little bit as QTV goes back to heal up. So Fi, being the super aggressor this game, has 1 kill and 1 assist to his name, and he may just go in for the Optimus gang. Optimus does have a ward that's able to spot him out, uses the dissonance for the speed up just to get away from that danger there. Yep. I think Fi really needs to base soon to get his boost on mobility, and he'll be able to pull off more ganks from there and to help snowball mid and bottom even more.
Yeah, it's going to be very scary the moment he gets that roam up onto the Jarvan, especially the boots of mobility, and the fact that the Flag Spear combo, the Damascene Standard as well as the lands coming in will allow him to kind of hop over wards, bypass some of the very normal ward pathing coming in, will allow him to just pull off even more insane games. Mythicu has that early level lead in the top lane against QTV. I do expect Mythicu to kind of start to do his also standard proxy farming in that lane very shortly, especially once this lane starts to push in. He does have to be careful though, doesn't have a ward to drop into his own lane. So let's just see if Mythic Q decides to go for that dirty farm coming in. He does not. And in the bot lane, we do have some counter aggression coming from Archie as well as Junie. We do have the lane being pushed up. Once Silver actually starts to get that ricochet in and get a little bit more damage with the boomerang blades as well as some items, he's able to kind of do some crazy amount of wave clear. But we may see again come in the flag spear combo actually misses. Bouncing bomb will hit onto Optimus though. Safety is in the wing trying to mirror out by his rotation. Safety is unable to pull off any sort of ganks after that one kill in the top lane though, so it's going to be very important for him to do so very shortly.
Yep, so now both teams will need to be very careful because for SAJ, were they to make a mistake and Fire gets a gang off, it's going to mean a lost dragon and further snowball. Whereas for HKA, if they were to make a mistake, they will either lose a tower and a dragon, or just the dragon itself, which will let SAJ come back into the game. So both teams now are very careful, as you can see from the farming. They are playing more cautiously, but eventually the gangs will become more deadly as all the summoner seed spells are being burned.
Whoops, sorry there, I kind of hit my mic on my glass, but here we have a little stalemate once more. So let's just see how HK decides to use this 1.2 thousand gold advantage coming in. We do see an aggressive play coming from both Vanguard and perhaps, and now Pasa gets caught, gets the shockwave down, and will use the Hexplosive Minefield to just zone it out. Does burn the flash, though, just to survive that one gank. So here we do have shockwaves coming out, but a Cataclysm comes out to Optimus, and that Mega Inferno Bomb will take him down. Safety will decide to go and get the Ignite down. But whoa, that Void Spikes will come in. Bouncing Bombs will hit Safety. Pasa gets the double buff onto him as well as 1 kill and 1 assist in lane. So he's going to be a very happy Yordle going in, gets that Bouncing Bomb, tries to deal as much damage to the minions as possible, gets the Explosive Minefield, and will be very happy stacking up that tier. So having the tier get 1 kill and 2 assists in his own name, he's going to be very happy in the mid lane.
Yep, so now, as you saw the first 2 games, it was the Optimus show. Is it going to be the Pasa show now?
Yeah, will it be the Pasa show this game? Because Pasa is on an extremely comfortable champion. He has been known to play a bunch of Ziggs in the GPL in itself. And here we go, quick reflexes from Archie, just blocking out the Ardent Blaze using his own spell shield, getting some mana back. Gets a ricochet off, able to spam a little bit more and clear as much of the minion wave as possible. Will be using the Boomerang Blade very soon since he is about full mana. The ward here is being pinged out. Safety should know that the ward is there. He's going to come in from the sidelines. We'll get the ultimate pop on the Hun, gets popped. Perhaps they get out very low. Safety gets the isolation. Gets the slow onto Angar. Angar has to flash away. They will not continue that chase. So here we have Fire upon seeing that Safety is in the bottom lane in itself. May go in for a gank very shortly, decides not to go for the gank, clears out the ward, does not go for any sort of counter jungle. Safety is there to kind of match his own puffing in itself. But we do have the Black Spear combo coming in from Fi, and he will just be there to possibly just soak some more experience in the wave itself.
Yep, while waste it to the tower when you can get some for yourself.
That's right, so where do you think the next objective is going to be? So it's going to be very farm-centric in the early games? Is that it?
No, as you can see, the HK now is going towards Dragon. I felt that after SAJ got the gang down onto, perhaps they really should have done Dragon because it was a 4v2 situation. Not too sure why they didn't, and as a result, the timing of it all, they had to base, and hence they lost Dragon from there.
That's right, so they do lose Dragon, and now HK take a 2,000 gold advantage. They will return to the lanes once more, and they'll just start to farm it out. Fi is gonna be very happy in the mid lane because he is constantly visiting that lane. He knows that Optimus has been the playmaker all this time and wants to shut him down early. But we did see Pasa get 3 lane kills onto Optimus when he was playing Malphite, and I'm not going to call it out from Optimus to kind of just claw back into this game and be the playmaker for SAJ.
Yep, when you play Arena, especially with a Jax and a Kha'Zix, all it takes is one team fight to turn it around.
That's right, so that one team fight isn't going to happen just yet because all major objectives are still up. Dragon is now down, so they will not be rotating anytime soon unless they want to push a wave. They will probably need to get some lane kills though in order for them to pick up some major outer turret objectives, and then again, team fights aren't going to happen within the next few minutes or so.
It all depends on how aggressive Javan and Kha'Zix wants to be. If not, it's just going to be a farm fest on both sides.
That's right, so that farm fest is still happening, and it's going to be very interesting because the longer the lane goes, Pasa is able to constantly stack that tier of the goddess. The moment it turns into Seraph's Embrace, we have the shield on him extra, has that infinite amount of spams coming in because of the mana regen as well as the huge mana pool provided by the Seraph's Embrace. And that this laning phase, I feel, is going to be just working in Pasa's favor. What do you think about that?
I feel that it's fine so long as Optimus is able.
Whoa, safety taken out extremely low. They actually missed that one. The Cataclysm was not used, but now the bot lane fight is about to happen. Radiance is popped. Judy will take very low. The Stealth Shield being, actually still proccing from the Glitter Lance in itself, so no fights just yet, but safety does get taken down in his own jungle.
Fai should be thinking of diving or at least getting the bottom tower.
The culling being put out there, so now Fai comes in just to show that he is there, a 3-man engage coming in. He is low, however, but Junie doesn't have the Radiance, and neither does... Oh, the On the Hunt gets popped, and the Wild Growth comes in. Archie taken out extremely low, gets morphed into a minion now. But it seems that they will be able to pick up the tower. Fai taken down very low, the exhaust being put onto Junie. Gets the piercing light combo. He will have that dazzle very shortly. Gets the dazzle onto Angot. Angot would just cleanse it away. Optimus is on the side, wants to rotate down to try to get a kill, but HKA knows better than just to stay there.
Yep, HKA definitely playing a much better game now, and it all boils down to the fact that Fai's Jarvan has a much bigger impact than Safety's Kha'Zix, even though Safety Kha'Zix himself is actually doing pretty good this game.
That's right, they both are making that impact now. But we do see that Pasa has been asserting that lane dominance has already completed the Morello Nomicon and will be happy to get that cooldown reduction as well as the mana regen from the item.
Yep, but however, in terms of scaling, both Oriana and Ziggs scale very well in the late game, so I think Optimus is just fine farming out with Pasa.
Yeah, so the farm fest coming in, QTV and Mythic Q now, it's going to be very interesting because the fact is, QTV has only the Phage pickup. Let's see the gold coming in 1.2k compared to 1.7k onto Mythic Q because of all that global gold they are able to get from Dragon as well as the turret. So the Sunfire Kit will definitely be the first item pickup faster than the Trinity Force on QTV.
Yep, but then again, Jax just needs to keep farming for another like 20 minutes and he will definitely outshine Shyvana.
Yeah, the potential coming in from Jax, but we do have a gank coming into the mid lane. Optimus taken down very low, the shockwave use. Fai will be taken down. Optimus will just sidestep that while the Satchel Charge will knock safety away. Judy comes in, gets the flash out, pops the shatter as well as the Radiance. Judy gets slowed down. The Wild Growth will save his life. Optimus and safety taken out very low. And the mid laner will fall. Optimus will go down and now Junie will join the fight. Sorry, Archie will join the fight and perhaps is forced to flash away. So mid laner and jungler for just safety, the jungler on the side of SAJ. A 2-for-1 trade in favor for them.
It looked like a miscom coming in for HK as Fai was going in alone because both Pasa and perhaps were more focused on the tower, and even though perhaps has shield and out, and Pasa has got his out which missed, he still went against them because Fai went in without his teammates' teamwork.
That's right, so a little bit of a miscommunication there, but they do manage to pick up their second turret of the game. The mid outer turret will go down, extending their goal lead to about 3,500 gold in their favor. So let's just see what's going to happen in the middle stage of the game. Now that the map is slightly more open up and Dragon will be up in another 1 minute or so, I do expect HK and SAJ to at least try to contest that objective.
Yep, it will be very crucial that SAJ does not drop another Dragon to HK because if that's the case, then Hong Kong Attitude is going to be about 5k ahead at around the 18 minutes, which could prove pretty fatal when it comes to movement and rotations around the map.
That's right, and we will need QTV to start hitting his item thresholds very soon, especially before that Dragon fight. I do not think he's able to complete the Trinity Force anytime soon. So with that, we need to see that superior rotation from SAJ. They've been showing such good rotation hopefully they will be able to contest this dragon, or at least make a play so much so that they can take a safe dragon and maybe a few objectives. On the hunt is fought by Archie. He does step on too many of those little explosive minefields, gets taken down very low. He does have that Bloodthirster, able to cast lifesteal away, and a pause does come out.
Along with the global disadvantage coming in from SAJ, I think that is going to hurt Archie really hard.
Yeah, that's right. As my spectator client tries to reconnect, hopefully no issue happens. So the game is still going, so no real disconnection issues. Dragon is now live, and HKA are in position, in a very good position, I feel, to actually just take this dragon. Why will use the Flag Lance combo, does spot out the stealth wall, will start to clear it out. And it does seem that SAJ will give up this dragon, and like you said, about 18 minutes, 17 minutes actually, the goal lead has now extended to almost 5,000 gold.
Yep, so right now after HKA gets this advantage, he will push out bottom lane, and then they will definitely go back and shop and do a rotation back to top lane. Oh no, actually, Mr. Q has already down the top tower, so for now I think HKA will start staking and start sieging.
Yeah, he will down the top tower very shortly. The fight in the mid lane, however, fight taken down extremely low. Junie does pop all his aura shields. QTV will not be able to do that. Gets the counter strike off once Mythic Q's live for the turret. Gets the empower strike. The leap strike has already been used. The cooldown comes in now, and no, Mythic Q will just be able to get away very safely. QTV at this point of time isn't really able to just take on Mythic Q one by one, because he has that Sunfires as well as the Warden's Mail. It's going to be very strong.
Yep, the main thing coming into this game is that right now with the 5k deficit coming from the 3 towers and 2 dragons, HK will definitely be up in terms of items, and there is no way QTV will be able to keep up.
Yeah, that's right. QTV isn't able to keep up just yet, and it just seems that SAJ really needs to take some objectives back. They haven't even taken down a single turret. They lost 2 dragons already, and what they need to do, like you said, is get some of the global objectives, spread some global gold across the rest of the team, and just get some of the big ticket items coming in. So what we have here is that HKA has that 5,000 gold advantage coming into 18 minutes into the game. They will start pressuring some more in the turrets as they group up. They have the superior item advantage. As you can see, the Archangel staff is already completed. Sarah's Embrace will be following very shortly. So here we have QTV now helping Optimus pick up the blue buff. The Mega Inferno Bomb comes in, unable to pick that one up. Optimus will get an easy blue buff out of that one.
Actually, I think QTV got it instead of Optimus.
Let's see. No, Optimus.
Oh, sorry, wrongly. Yep.
So we do have here a big item deficit all across the board. So SAJ gonna be very hard for in the next team fight. Although if they do get a good shockwave combo in combination of QTV as well as safety, they should still be able to win the team fight. Bot lane being pushed out here. We may see some aggression coming here. Optimus will be rotating down very shortly. QTV will try to zone them out as much as possible. Glitter Lance will hit both QTV as well as Junie, and now the pokes coming in from both Angod. The Radiance does get popped, will force HKA into the back foot. Archie will join the fight very shortly. Pasa is there as well, throwing out some bouncing bounce explosive minefields, and now safety will try to duel it out with Mythic Q, but oh my goodness, the shockwave will miss. Angod gets the wild growth onto him, and now Junie as well as QTV taken out very low. Junie will get an ignite onto him. QTV joins into the fight. I don't think he will survive this one. 2 kills already, both Optimus as well as QTV will go down. Archie gets exhausted. He will flash, get hit by the Mega Inferno Bomb. Gets the barrier off, Angod unable to do it just yet. And 5 picks up the kill with the Flag Lance combo. So all in all, 4-0 in favor of HKA, and they do take that commanding objectively. Their goalie has almost snowballed to 10,000 gold at this point of time. It's going to be a very scary position from SAJ.
Yep, here is Angod doing an Optimus from the first game where he just flashed away, we cleansed away all from the Jax and the Oriana combo, which led to his team winning the team fight 4-0 with 3 of them being very low.
That's right, so they do pick up the inner turret in itself, and after that they are able to just continue and get off the kills in succession in itself. So what we have here is that Seraph's Embrace already completed. Randuin's Omen just picked up by Mythic Q in the top lane. Let's just see. We will have another Randuin's Omen coming in up for 5. Trinity Force not completed just yet onto QTV, and no new major item picked up except for safety, who has their last whisper now. So we will be going for the replay onto that, but I'll take you through this one. So what we have here is we will see QTV go in and Angod will come in, immediately cleanse that counter-strike as well as flash away from the Shockwave come in to this one. He will completely miss the culling, however, so he will cancel that, deal as much damage to Junie as well as QTV. QTV will then decide to join back into the fight. Optimus now will get taken very low. Fire gets that Flag Spear combo onto him. QTV will go down to Angod, and then after that, Archie as well as Junie will just fall in succession.
Yep, so it looks like SAJ actually could have peeled away, but they were too greedy and decided to wait for the follow-up kill, but eventually they failed, so resulted in all 4 of them dying for that.
That's right, so all 4 of them did die for that. Mythic Q has been that Happy Dragon in the top lane, just kind of split pushing out. No matter who dealt with him, they were not able to pull Mythic Q out of lane, and now Junie falls to pop the on the hunt. Actually, nearly getting out of that one, but the Mega Inferno will come in, then just kill him completely. So getting caught out of there so far here, did have wards to spot him out though, but Fi was still able to just come in for the gank in itself.
Yep, in this game with Fi on his Jarvan and Hasa on his Ziggs, you can see the impact where out of 12 kills, Fi is involved in 11 and Hasa is involved in 10.
Yeah, that's right, so the kill contribution here, extremely a lot, and now they'll take the numbers advantage knowing that Archie is down already and go for that middle inner turret. They may start to rotate to the outer inner turret, sorry, not the outer inner, but the top inner turret as well, because the lane is pushed. They should go in with this man advantage. They do have their ultimates up, except for Pasa as well as Fi, but their cooldown should be coming back very shortly. Mythic Q just happy to tank this one up, and they can easily take down all the inner turrets on the side of SAJ. So it seems that HKA is now at the extremely commanding gold lead, so 10,000 gold right at this point of time. They may start to bait up for a Baron, but it seems that that's their plan. They will really want to bait up for this Baron. They are camping here in that blue side brush. Pasa now chucking out bouncing bombs, and the moment they decide to step in here, it's going to be a very dangerous situation for anyone. SAJ QTV may decide to go in. He's just waltzing around, waiting for the rest of his team to come in. Doesn't decide to go in just yet. Will he go in for this one? They are very patient. Junie is the one that gets up, gets hit by the Flag Spear combo and just melts. My goodness.
Kind of surprising decision there though. They had a ward outside of Baron, so they knew that HK was camping. Not too sure why they still decided to go and ward that brush, which resulted in his death and a free Baron for HK.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see if they will start to get this Baron though. Will Kha'Zix actually come in to pull off a clutch steal? Safeties on the side, drops a ward down. We'll try to deal as much damage onto this one as possible. The Oriental Ball does come in. QTV joins the fight. The Shockwave is pulled out. Hits 3 members. The Baron is still up, however. Double kill for Optimus. Optimus is now on the sidelines. Spy trying to deal as much damage as possible. A shutdown. Pasa goes down to QTV. Optimus will easily pick that one up. And an ace for SAJ.
Wow, once again, Optimus is really playing so well, getting off the clutch out on 3 people and killing 2 carries instantly.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to see a replay of that one. Let's check out that clutch out coming in. QTV will jump in with the command protect, and look at Pasa and God as well as perhaps 1, 2, 3. Shockwave just melts perhaps, and now Pasa and God are on the back foot. Fi tries to kind of zone out Optimus, but QTV at this point of time has too much damage, has the Trinity Force, and will be able to pick up Pasa. Mythic Q on the backline is unable to take out Archie at this point of time. Safety as well as Archie gonna do a lot of damage to them, and in that time of the replay, we did see SAJ pick up the Baron buff, and let's just see if all 5 members have the Baron buff. No, everyone except Archie has that Baron buff. Because he was taken out in that fight, didn't revive in time, but they do get a Baron buff, and now they claw back their gold lead, their gold deficit actually to about 5,000-6,000 gold.
Yeah, once again, it's Optimus making the play. Thus in the second game where they were actually behind, but after flashing away from Pasa's Malphite out, they went on to get the Baron, win the fight, get the Baron, and get the game from there. And likewise, in this game, he managed to pull off a clutch ulti on 3 people, the support and 2 carries, the 3 squishiest players on HKA, and from there get the team fight and the Baron once again. But this game is slightly different because even with that, HKA is just 7k ahead. So we'll see whether SAJ is able to pull off a 10k comeback.
Yeah, that's right. Can they pull off that 10,000 gold comeback? You were saying earlier, they're coming 23 minutes in the game also, they had a 10k gold lead, and having a 10k gold lead on the side of HK. HK has the superior item advantage. Look at the two Randuin's Omens as well as the Ravenous Death Cap and the Seraph's Embrace. It's just going to win the team fight extremely easily. But the fact is that the Baron debuff coming in on top of the Optimus Shockwave just destroyed Hong Kong Attitude.
Yep, so for the next fight to happen, all depends on whether HK is able to dodge Optimus out, and once they do that, I'm pretty sure the fight will be pretty easy. Because being 10k behind, the only reason why they won the fight was because the Shockwave actually hit both Lucian and Ziggs.
That's right, the main damage dealers on the side of Hong Kong Attitude. Ziggs is 5, 2, and 7 at this point in time, has the Death Cap as well as the Morale Nomicon on top of the Seraph's Embrace. Let's see how much damage his Mega Inferno Bomb deals. It deals 1000% damage if you ignore the magic resistance here. So that's going to deal an extreme amount of nuke. And not forgetting, he didn't have that Mega Inferno Bomb in that fight either. Yes, he got caught out, but not having that Mega Inferno Bomb because he tried to clear the minions in the mid lane in itself. So that's another factor that kind of caused them to lose that fight as well. So here we have SAJ just kind of push up this lane in the mid lane. They do want to take down more objectives. Mainly they're behind in this goal, not because of the kills. As you can see, the kills are pretty much even 10 to 14. But HK has that commanding tower lead, 6 to 1.
Yep. Once again, all their goal advantage comes from the 5 tower deficits along with the 3 dragon advantage that HK has.
Yeah, and speaking of which, that dragon will be up very shortly. I feel gonna come out in a few minutes time. Hopefully SAJ can claw back the goal lead a little bit after taking more objectives. We do see Archie in the top lane. They will be able to pull down this top lane turret. And in the mid lane itself, we have to wait for HKA's reaction to this one. Archie puts down that little flower ward coming in from the warding totem. The greater warding totem does have that static shift as well as Bloodthirster able to go in. Fi wants to go in for the flag spear combo, but safety is slightly out of range onto that one. So we do have a double split push coming in where on the side of Ucan Hong Kong Attitude, 5 members will be milling up mid lane at this moment. QTV will now join the fight very shortly, and we do have Archie blue pill back and Recall just to join the fight. So Baron buff on the side of SAJ, and even with the stats, I still think that the item advantage is in favor of Hong Kong Attitude.
Yep, of course, with the 7k goal deficit, they will definitely have the item advantage. And right now, HK will definitely be more careful of Optimus Command Shockwave, so it will be much more difficult to land those, especially with Summoners up on HK.
That's right, the Summoners are all up, and look at that, one command attack as well as Dissonance brings perhaps to almost half health, just above that one. The wave clear coming in from both teams on the side of their AP mages. Optimus has very strong wave clear with the command attack, and not forgetting you have Archie on Sivir. That's going to give them exceptional wave clear, but Pasa as well as Engard, however, can match that wave clear potential. So it's going to be a very interesting siege coming in. Someone will probably need to go in for the initiation or on the side of HKA, tank up the turret a little bit. So as they kind of make this turret dance, however, we do see the wave clear coming in very strong. No shot taken to the turret just yet. It's going to be harder to the shot wave come in, only hitting Medicue. Medicue gets the wild growth onto him. That bomb will hit. Medicue now taken down very low. QTV trying to zone as many members as possible. Junie will be the first one to go down on the side of SAJ. The culling does come out, however. So 1-for-1 support in trading for top laner. I think SAJ now taken down extremely low. They need to be very careful of the poke coming in. Junie will be able to pop the spell shield, Gus get the boomerang blades on, and God there now putting as many shots on the turret as possible. QTV comes in with a home guard, gets the stun off, doesn't hit anyone though, so we will see both teams just kind of back off to this one.
Felt that SAJ were a bit too rushed because they really didn't need to rush the fight, especially when they were so far from the tower. But although that being said, QTV rushing is still fine, so long as Optimus held on to his command shockwave, but he didn't. That resulted in him only hitting Mystic Q.
That's right, only Mythic Q goes down in that fight. Thank goodness on the side of SAJ, neither team is able to pick up any objectives. So SAJ gonna be very happy with that one, I feel. They kind of defend their inhibitor turret first and foremost, and they do not give HKA any more objective control. Dragon will be up in another 30 seconds, Baron will be up in another minute, so any fight that happens from now on will definitely result in a Baron kill.
Yep, with that being said though, their middle turret wasn't taking any damage at all, so there really wasn't any need to rush to engage there.
That's right, so like you said, QTB coming in, he's going to be a pretty scary beast. He does have the Trinity Force as well as the Blade of Ranking, one of the two core items. He will be the main ball deliverer on the side, and Safety will try to pick out any isolated targets on the side of Hong Kong Attitude and try to burst them down as fast as possible. So not much action happening at this moment. Someone will need to respond to this huge minion wave here in the top lane. And with Dragon now live, I don't think any team wants to resort in a risky Dragon play, because getting a team fight and winning a team fight out of the Dragon pit will most certainly result in a free Baron. So the wards will the wards has already gone down on the side of Hong Kong Attitude. We will see Junie slowly make his way to the Baron pit and try to ward it out as much as possible. One ward goes down to there. The Vision ward comes in, kills the Stealth ward out. We do have Safety coming in and perhaps gets taken out very low. Pops the Wild Growth as well as the Flash coming in. So no Wild Growth on the side of perhaps, and SAJ will now start to get the Vision control back in their favor.
That was a very nice play by SAJ. They knew that HK was going to turn down the pink ward to get back map control of Baron area, and they were prepared for it. And that is one of the biggest plays that players and competitive players in the current patch will need to watch out for, because pink wards last forever, and hence it's actually a small objective to contest in itself.
That's right, so the pink ward objective, we will not see any more support pink ward fights come in. Who can kill the pink ward fastest? But the pink ward is a very juicy target, and no matter how high your auto attack damage is, no matter how strong your AD carry is, it's still gonna take 5 hits before that pink wall goes down. So here the Dragon Dance will start happening, and SAJ Safety gets killed and taken out. He still survives, but Fight will be there, gets the Void Assault coming in. SAJ Safety unable to go for that one, pops the Cataclysm just to secure that one. So no flash on the side of SAJ at this moment. HKA will start on the on the Baron very shortly. Mythic is now in his Dragon's Descent from QTV, wants to go in for this one. SAJ will not go down and will not allow them to take this Baron without a fight. Will they be able to go down to this one? Baron being taken down to half health. QTV tries to go in, gets perhaps down very low, pops the Wild Growth on himself. Judy goes down, QTV getting hit by the culling, and now Pasa gets a double kill. Optimus onto the sidelines, does not have his Shockwave combo for this one, and it's going to be very dangerous because all of them are very low at this point of time. We do have Archie pick up perhaps though, so we have 4 members of HK start to do Baron. Fight does have the smite up. The shutdown comes on to Optimus, and oh my goodness, I missed all of that while looking at Baron. HK actually does pick up the Baron buff, and now Pasa is on a rampage. He is 9-2-7.
Yep. So I think it's safe to say that if Pasa had just stick to his normal picks, he would definitely have a much bigger impact as compared to his Astral first game.
That's right, so Pasa is now that playmaker he always was for HKA. He comes up onto the Ziggs, gets a 9-2-7, now has that Void Staff on top of all the rest of his AP items. Will be does build into the Liandry's Torment right now. So Pasa is a 6-item Ziggs in 34 minutes into the game. Now all he has to do is just get that white aura from the Elixir of Fortitude as well as the Elixir of Brilliance, and he's all set. 340 CS, almost 100 CS on top of his lane opponent Optimus. Pasa is one scary beast at this moment. We will see the replay of that Baron fight though, so let's just take that out. So this is how Optimus goes down to Pasa. We will have them milling about. Optimus taken out very low. Archie as well, but you do see here Archie is able to survive because of that barrier. So a simple poke coming in from the bouncing bombs as well as the execute from the Mega Inferno Bomb. We do have HK trying to siege up this mid lane turret now. It's going to be a very clutch play for them coming in. Safety does evolve his Void Assault and will get 3 charges of that invisibility. HKA will be sieging this mid lane turret. We do see, however, Junie waiting sneakily on the sidelines. Fi will be there to spot him out though. He needs to run away from this one. That ward will be able to spot him. Pasa actually uses the satchel charge to just run away. Archie comes in, gets popped. Whoa, the giant growth, the wild growth, sorry. Pasa taken out very low, gets the shutdown. The shockwave is still up from Optimus. Mythic Q trying to zone him as much as possible. The culling comes out, only Archie and Optimus is alive, gets the command protect. Mythic Q will try to deal as much damage onto Archie as possible. Optimus will get zoned out. Archie will go down. Only Pasa was taken down in that trade. SAJ will lose 4 members and only kill Pasa. They will also lose the middle inhibitor turret as well as the middle inhibitor. Optimus does have his shockwave up though. Some godlike play coming in from him, not anytime soon. So they will start to siege up on this one. Optimus is the only man left standing. They will poke away at the Nexus turret. One Nexus turret will go down. He still has his command shockwave. He does get a command shockwave only Optimus perhaps, and he will go down as well. No, he actually will not go down. He will use the Zonias, but does get the Flag Spear combo onto him. And HKA picks up game 3. They are still in the running for this one. They take it. Now the score is SAJ 2, HKA 1.
Yep, a very convincing win from HKA playing. Once again, I really think the mid lane pick is the one that mattered. But picks aside, SAJ really could have done a lot better in the sense that I felt that they were too rushed, trying to rush the team fights with the Jax Arena Shockwave combo. And that resulted in them losing a lot of fights when they really could have won had they just been more patient and had a more methodical approach to fighting these team fights.
Yeah, they really needed to be more methodical coming into the fights itself. What we have here is that, whoa, we do see our Tricaster now, but anyway, we do have a 6 items Pasa, 10, 3, and 9. It shows how comfortable he is on that champion in itself. 19 kills out of the 24 kills for the entire team of HKA. Pasa is definitely the man to look out for. If you give him one of his comfort picks, it just shows how heavy he can carry.
Yep.